To crimes including violating finance laws during the 2016 election by handling hush money for Mr Trump's alleged lovers. North America correspondent Zoe Daniel has more.
What we're looking at today are two submissions, one from federal prosecutors and the other from the special counsel's office. And this is ahead of the sentencing of Michael Cohen, who will be sentenced on the 12th. So that's next week in New York. These two documents go through what both the special counsel's office and federal prosecutors believe the penalty should be for Michael Cohen for tax evasion, for bank fraud, and also for campaign violations relating to those payments that you mentioned to Stormy Daniels, the porn star, and one other woman who had alleged extramarital affairs with Donald Trump. Now, the crime is that the payment to these women violated campaign laws on the basis that they then didn't go to the press, didn't tell their stories, and therefore those stories didn't get out into the public arena during the campaign. The prosecutor's document, for example, says that in paying these women off, Michael Cohen deceived the voting public, and that could have had a substantial effect on the election. The other thing is the fact that Michael Cohen has subsequently admitted to lying to Congress when he appeared before a congressional committee and was questioned about the Trump campaign's interactions with Russians. Now, this is part of the special counsel's investigation into whether there was any collusion between the Trump campaign and Russia. The special counsel's submission on sentencing says that that was a serious crime, the fact that he lied to the congressional committee, that he withheld information that was critical to the Russia probe, but that he has since been willing to interact with investigators, that he's had 7 meetings with the special counsel investigators, that he's accepted responsibility for minimising what he knew about contacts between the Trump not only campaign, but the Trump company and Russian interests during the campaign. It talks about, for example, certain discrete Russia-related matters that Cohen has spoken with them about, and specifically what it describes as relevant and useful information regarding contacts and persons connected to the White House in 2017 and 2018. While he's cooperated, he's perceived to have only cooperated once he could see that he was in fairly deep trouble. So while Michael Cohen's lawyers in their submission put forward a view that he was eager to cooperate with investigators for the sake of the common good, if you like, federal prosecutors described that as a rose-coloured view of the seriousness of his crimes and provision of information to law enforcement, saying that he seeks extraordinary leniency and no jail time based on that. They suggest actually that they wouldn't describe him as being fully cooperative, that, for example, he wouldn't speak to other elements of various investigations that were going on, that he declined to provide information to them.
North America correspondent Zoe Daniel there. Former FBI Director James Comey has appeared before the House Republicans in the US after unsuccessfully fighting a subpoena in court. In comments after the appearance, Mr Comey said that he believed the hearing could have occurred in an open setting. He also declined to comment on whether he was cooperating with the Mueller probe. Anthony Goggin, Professor of Law at Drake University Law School, breaks down the investigation.
James Comey has said that the questions that were asked of him were not questions that he could answer because there's a pending investigation, of course, Special Counsel Robert Mueller's investigation into Russian meddling. And so Comey said, rightfully so today, that he just was not in a position to answer. And indeed, we know that he had an attorney who appeared alongside him during the hearing today. And at several points in the hearing, the attorney made clear to the committee that Comey could not answer because of this pending investigation. So today really was just about political posturing, I'm afraid. It was not a serious investigation at getting to the truth. This basically was an opportunity for the Republicans to attack Comey for the fact that Comey authorized the Russia meddling investigation in 2016. And so ultimately, President Trump's legal troubles today ultimately date back to James Comey's decision in 2016 to open the Russia probe. Now, one of the great ironies of all of this is that Comey played a key role in Trump's victory in the 2016 election, because in October 2016, Comey sent a letter to Congress in which he revealed that he had reopened the investigation into Hillary Clinton's email server. But what he did not publicly disclose is that he had ordered the FBI to investigate potential collusion between the Trump campaign and Russia. So it's really quite ironic that it's the Republicans who are going after him today. Comey knew that he was going to be a punching bag today, and so he wanted there to be television coverage of it so that the country would be able to see that this was not a serious investigation, but instead was really a political stunt. And then the second reason why I think it was very important to Comey that there be a full transcript produced and publicly disseminated is so that whatever he said in today's hearing would be accurately reported and would not be subject to interpretation by the Republicans on the committee.
That was Professor Anthony Goggin with Drake University.